The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community that sees and shares all things new. I am Charm Uribe.
And Nato Aguayani.
And you are watching Decide As One on TNC. Here's to another episode of Decide As One. And today, we have a very special guest. And syempre, papakilala na natin siya. His name is Mr. Roy J. Cabonegro.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pag-imbita sa akin dito sa inyong program sa TNC.
Welcome to our program.
Welcome to Decide As One.
Roy.
Yes. Sir Roy.
Decide as one. ano?
Yes, this is an
Maganda,
election
maganda.
special po kasi.
maganda.
So, Sir Roy, can you introduce yourself to all our viewers po?
Well, my name is Roy Jerusalem Cabonegro. And well, for more than 25 years, I've been into development work, mostly sa environment sector. Pero malaking bahagi rin sa sustainable agriculture, indigenous peoples advocacies, environmental work. I spent 8 years with the Southeast Asia Policy Office of WWF. Ako yung nag-handle ng Sustainability Watch. That was the first attempt at monitoring the results of the Rio Plus 10. In fact, I was a delegate when I was a student nung kauna-unahang Earth Summit, Rio.
Wow.
Yung Rio, no? At nasundan ko yung first, siguro, ngayon COP30 na, di ba?
Yes.
Yung global gan. Siguro yung first 10 yan, first 15, I was there. Pero after that, nanawa na ako sa kakaganyan kasi ang real work on the ground eh.
Yes.
So I decided to focus on Zakan. So medyo extensive na yung naging experience sa environmental work. Pero of course, ang realization naman natin always, pag walang political clout, ay nasasayang lahat ng efforts.
Right.
So we have taken upon ourselves to take this next step sa green politics.
Yes.
Roy, siguro a question ko lang, like, of course, welcome to Decide As One. This is our election special. We have our special guest, si Roy is, shall we say, one of the few senatorial candidates na, shall we say, green-minded. Bakit green-minded? Kasi at the end of the day, you know, we have senators running na pasayaw-sayaw, meron yung pa-cute-cute. But knowing Roy for some time, ito yung the real thing eh. I mean,
He's an expert.
He's an expert, subject
Yes.
matter expert siya pagdating sa green, environment,
Kalikasan.
marine economy ng Pilipinas. So, Roy, could you tell us more about your platforms? Kasi alam mo, what's happening now is really, shall we say, the commercialization of Philippine politics. Puro ayuda politics.
Yes.
So, what do you have to offer na different.
Yes. What's in it for you and in it for us?
Actually, simple lang to, Charm, no? Ang kuan talaga diyan is ang problema kasi natin sa ating politics ngayon.
Yes,
Hindi niya inuuna yung environment.
Tama.
It's one of the many issues na nakapaloob. Pero ang problema kasi, there are issues na necessary at certain points in time. Right now, ang kailangan unahin is on environment. Because we are confronted with yung tinatawag nila na existential issue. Ang taas ng ng word, ano? Ibig sabihin na, actually, simply put, we are struggling to survive as a species.
Yes.
Kaya yung save the
human
planet
beings.
Earth, hindi naman totoo na yun eh.
Oo.
We're not saving planet Earth. The Earth, Mother Earth Day nga, month nga pala yun, Earth Day month, does not need saving. What needs saving is the human species. Kasi we are about to get extinct. At yung mga scientists, yung sa IPCC, no, yung Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, ito yung nag-a-advise sa UN Global Summits, Climate Change Summit, ang nagbigay nga sila ng time frame eh. That yung point of no return natin sa climate change is 2050. That is just 20 or less than 30 years down the line.
2050, we're due to be extinct.
Not really, pero may tinatawag na point of no return. Yung point of no return, sayang wala akong baso, no. Kung na siya, madali siyang maintindihan eh, as analogy, no. Pag puno yung baso mo ng tubig, tapos ito yung pressure. So ito yung mga ginagawa nating kalokohan sa environment. Dinudot-dot mo siya. Natatapon. Yung tapon yan yung impact. Pero pag tinigil mo siya, titigil din, di ba? Mag-i-stabilize. So yan yung normal.
Right.
Pero darating sa point na tinip mo siya masyado, na even if you stop this, yung pagtapon ng tubig, hindi mo na mapipigilan. So even if you stop the pressure, tuloy-tuloy. At yung buhos niya, hindi na yung paunti-unti. Ang buhos niya is unprecedented na maraming. So this is the tipping point. And nilagay na ito ng scientist within the time frame of 2050. At lumampas na tayo dun sa mga maraming warning signs. So we are, inevitable na ito na mangyayari. Ang problema, handa ba ang bansa? Yun ang politics na sinasabi kong green governance. Kung paano ihanda ang bansa sa ganitong situation.
Alam mo, Roy, siguro, Charm, sabihin ko lang. Kasi, of course, yung political maturity ng Pilipinas, parang malayong-malayo pa if we compare it siguro sa Europa, or sa ibang major
First world countries.
Right. Ako, barangay kagawad, di ba? Or taong barangay ako. How do I connect my day-to-day issues with yung sinasabi mo na bilang plataforma mo as a person running for senator? Kasi parang ang thinking lang ng tao, pag binoto ko ba tong si ganito, yung sumasayaw, yung ganyan, ano ba mangyayari niya o magagawa nila sa buhay ko on a day-to-day basis? Kasi there's a big disconnect eh. Yung sinasabi mo very advanced. Pero yung mga tao andun pa sa estado na dito ba sa barangay namin ano mangyayari, ano yung basics? How do you connect the disconnect?
Well, kagabi I was in a discussion with a candidate na tumatakbo sa isang city sa Mindanao. Kung saan ako pinanganak. Sa Iligan City.
Okay.
At yung asawa niya is an environmentalist. Siya, okay lang, pero hindi niya alam yung full extent. Alam mo, simple lang ang paliwanag ko sa kanya. Pinadalan ko siya ng mapa.
Okay.
Ito ang Iligan City, ito ang coastal area, ito yung projected na by 2050,
Lulubog.
anong lubog. Tapos binlow up ko. Kilala mo itong mga barangay na to? Oo. Nandiyan ako, oh. Wala na yan. By 2050, 2060, 2070. Ikaw, politiko ka. Meron ba kayong plano dito? So it's as simple as that. At least kasi ilang percent ng ating population coastal. In fact, ang projected na displacement is 5 to 12 million. Bago ha?
Filipinos.
Households. I'm not talking about individuals. Household.
So
times
it's a family.
Pag nawalan ka ng bahay, ikaw lang bumawalan.
Yes,
Di ba
of
hindi?
course.
Yung buong pamilya mo.
Times 5, no?
Oo. So 5 to 12 million times 5.
So you're talking about mga 50 plus,
Malaki.
60 million.
Malaki. Kasi nga, 60% of our population na mahihirap, nasa coastal and marine.
Yes.
Marine.
And alam mo ba, ang current na backlog natin sa housing, current ha, hindi, wala pang climate change. 6.6 million. 6.6. Kung ang Marcos administration gustong isolve yan, 1.1 million per year sa 6-year term. Kailangan. Alam mo ba ilan lang ang kaya nila? Batay sa kanilang plano.
Yeah.
Not 1.1. 400,000 ang kaya nila. Annually ang kaya nila. Pinagmamalaki na nila yan ngayon. Hindi alam ng tao na every year 600,000 ang kulang. 600. Hindi naman yan nag-i-stagnant na same number. Tumataas yan every year, di ba? So, hindi talaga na nabibigyan ng dent yung current na social housing. Idagdagan mo pa ng 5 to 12 million because of climate change. So, that's number one. Number two, you go to the gut level issues. Madaling ipaliwanag food security. Pag organic food security, food sovereignty, kasi in mga greens, ang pinopropose namin, shift to organic agriculture, 100%, 0.2% tayo ngayon sa agri yung land area. Only 0.2% of our land area is organic agri. We need to shift to 100% agri-organic para talagang safe, para talagang cheap. Mura kasi yung organic kung marami. Pero pag hindi mo siya pinopromote, mahal.
Bibili ka lang sa supermarket, organic.
Exactly. Tsaka empowering ang organic. Kasi ang organic, hindi mo kailangan bumili ng sangkatutak na mga inputs na binibili mo sa iba pang mga producer. Nakaramihan dyan imported.
Yes.
Diba? And worse, and best, pag organic, you can produce your own food. Ngayon, 80% dependent tayo sa food sa labas. We are food insecure. Kung yung mga bansa na pinagbibilan natin ng pagkain ngayon, ay tumigil magbenta. Kasi tinatamaan din sila ng climate change, remember? Nauuna nga lang tayo. Patay tayo. We are also energy insecure. Why? Because ang energy natin, 64% fossil fuel, of that, coal. Ang coal, alam niyo ba, 2 o 3 bansa lang ata ang pinagagalingan natin lahat ng coal ng kailangan natin sa ating mga power plants. 54% of our energy comes from coal. Napaka-energy insecure din natin. And that's ironic kasi ang dami-dami nating renewable energy. Oo nga, may batas nga tayo, renewable energy law. Pero yan ang flow ng renewable energy law, simple lang Nakabind siya sa privatization. It expects the private sector to invest heavily on renewable energy. Fine with solar and wind. Pero hindi yan ang base load energy source. Ang intermittent kasi ang solar and wind. Pag meron. Pag wala. So, di ba ang energy, di ba may kanyang energy. Sa isang araw, meron ka talagang certain requirement. Pag dumilim, tataas. Pag tanghali, bababa kasi wala yung mga tao sa bahay. Pero may tinatawag ka na base load. Base load. Ang base load natin, ay hindi naman galing dun sa mga intermittent source like renewable and solar. Galing yan sa mga malalaki, geothermal, hydro. Kung renewable At saka karamihan, hindi galing doon. Galing sa mga fossil fuel like coal, diesel, etc. Pero yung renewable energy natin, ang problema natin dyan, kasi yung hydro at saka geothermal, ini-expect mo na private sector mag-invest dyan? Masyadong malaki. Masyadong mahaba ang ROI. They are not investing on geothermal. So, ang mangyayari sa geothermal natin, lumuluma, hindi napapalitan, hindi na-expand. Ang hydroelectric natin, nasisilt. Hindi rin na-maintain. Kasi naka-hands-off ang gobyerno. Mali ang palisiya. At ang target natin sa renewable energy ay 50% by 2040. Ang requirement sa zero emission na kinamitan natin is 10 years from that. Really? We can move 50% in 10 years? 2040 ka pa magpi-50%, masyadong mahina ang ambisyon. Low ambition sa renewable energy. Kasi nga, lagi nilang dinadahilan, 1/10, lang naman tayo, 1/10 of 1% ang ating contribution sa emission, sa ating mga energy natin na galing sa coal. Totoo yun. Pero hindi naman yung point kaya tayo magre-renewable. Magre-renewable tayo kasi una, mas long term, mas advantage sa bansa kasi marami tayong renewable. Pangalawa, mas healthy. Kasi ngayon, ang current na yung coal, marami nagkakasakit sa paligid lang ng mga coal plants, di ba? So there are so many that will go for environment-related agenda. In short, going environment will mean more housing na matino, it also means more na sweldo, mas mataas na sweldo kasi dadami yung mga bagong trabaho at negosyo. Kasi mag-shift tayo to many renewable and green industries, di ba?
Yes.
Mag-shift tayo lahat from food production to production sa mga gamit hanggang sa transport. So that it will mean new industries.
Siguro, Charm, ang tanong ko kay Roy, ganito Ang daming policies na nilalagak natin sa gobyerno bilang mga lawmakers, di ba? Sa legislature, napakarami na. And yet, yung gap ng yung pagbubuo ng polisiya versus the delivery ng implementation ng polisiya, napakaiksi. Ako, I have been
that's right.
a student of government for a long time. I have been with the different government agencies in different levels, executive sa legislature. Nakita ko yung history na parang ang tagal i-implement Now, if you win as senator, of course, the reality is ito yung
You'll be passing bills.
you'll be passing bills.
Yes.
It will take time. It will wouldn't it be better if you would just
Executive.
be an advocate, rather than a legislator
Yes.
or di ba?
Well, tama yan. But one of the function of a legislator, sa Senate in particular, is yung power niya to oversight. So kung talagang walang mangungulit dun sa implementasyon ng mga batas kasi dami nating environmental laws, wala tagang mangyayari.
Right.
That's one. Pangalawa, I see myself as a precursor. Ang definition namin ng green governance is not one senator na green. No. It means a lot of us na mga environmentalists going into government sabay-sabay.
Right.
I am a precursor, like a John to a Christ. The green Christ is really a lot of people, a lot of Filipino, taking government because of an environmental agenda.
I like your analogy.
Totoo
Very
naman
Holy Week.
Actually, nagbilang na kami niyan, Nato. Nagbilang na kami. 2028, para may 20 years tayo, from 2030 to 2050, to fix everything. We have to be in government, green governments by 2028. When we say we, what does that mean? A green president, at least 2 green senator, at least 40 congressman na green, 500 local green candidates.
That's what you call green governance.
Yes. And I am but a precursor
Of that.
to that coming movement. And it's important na mataas yung level ng tinatakbuhan. Kaya ang reason kaya ako tumatakbo ng ganito kataas, despite na hindi naman talaga sa legislation ang lahat ng solution, is precisely to make that point. Kasi kung hindi natin lakihan ang ating ambisyon sa paggugobyerno, mauubusan tayo ng oras. We simply don't have the time. Hanggang ngayon, ang debate, ano pa rin? Good governance, yung issue ni ganito, yung traditional politician, wala na tayong panahon sa ganito.
Although, to be honest, parang abstrakto sa mga tao or sa karaniwang tao yung green. Pero
Abstrakto siya kung puno, dagat, gubat.
Oo.
Pero pag inisip mo, nasaan ba nanggagaling yung gutom ninyo?
Right. May resources na
Exactly.
maganda.
Resources ang problema, di ba? Saan ba nanggagaling yung wala kang mahuling isda?
Right.
Hindi ba environmental issue yan? Hindi ba nila alam na environmental issue? Bakit ba mataas ang presyo ng iyong kuryente? Alam nyo ba, dahil yan sa hindi renewable ng energy mo? So the moment you shift the mindset to this, maunawaan ng tao na environment is not the trees, the air, the water. No, not just.
Yes.
We are part of the environment. And in fact, tuloy ang sinasabi ko, it's not saving the earth. The earth doesn't need saving. It is saving the species. And for the first time, ang mga scientifico natin nagsasabi, we have a serious existential issue. Simply put, existential means, pag hindi natin inayos, mauubos ang human species.
Life.
It's as simple as that.
Human life.
So meron pa bang ibang agenda na mas importante?
At to cut off yung dinidiscuss nyo, Sir Roy, no? Kasi we don't have enough time. Pero I would like to emphasize, as a young voter myself, and as a law student, syempre, we would like to, to see legislatures or mga senators natin, mga nasa house natin, to pass a bill na talagang for a long time mapapakinabangan
Yeah.
generations by generations. Kasi yun yung importante eh, di ba? Kasi ngayon, ayuda nation eh.
That's right, that's
Some
right.
of our voters na parang pag nilista ka doon, I will vote this
That's right.
politician. Pero ikaw, Sir Roy, no, nakikita natin your expertise, your platform is for a green governance. Sobrang ganda nun. And I know, karamihan sa mga kabataan natin ngayon, like sa generation namin, is nasa digital age na. So we have sources ng information through internet. Like this, if ikaw kabataan ka, nanonood ka, your family, you can explain to them what is the platform of Sir Roy. So, ano yung magagawa mo pa at pwede mong sabihin sa kanila bakit ikaw yung tamang tao na ilagay nila sa Senate?
Ang climate change po natin will get worse. We have to have a solid response to climate change.
Yes.
Our solid response is a series of legislation leading to a series of green communes.
Right.
What are green communes? Green communes are new communities.
Yeah.
De-urbanize, meaning labas sa urban areas. Kasi we have to de-urbanize by 30%, unsustainable ang mga cities. We have to create new communities. By the way, pwersado rin tayo dyan because there is 5 to 12 million household na mawawala ng bahay anyway in the next few generations. So we need to create new communities. Now, since magkikreate tayo ng new, we might as well start properly, restart properly. So these communities, sa economic side, will be circular economic.
Yeah.
Circular economic, meaning yung basura ng isang industry nagiging raw material ng susunod.
We can recycle it.
Hindi, in a way, parang recycle. Now, hindi mo titigilan yung pag-create ng industry hanggang mag-close loop.
Yung
Right.
Now, the moment circular economic ka na, ang housing mo pwedeng katabi ng industry. Ngayon kasi, ang land use natin, hindi pwedeng magkatabi yan kasi pollutive ang industry. But there is another way of doing industry. Ito yung circular economic. Ngayon, in a small area, para mag-work ang circular economic, kailangan maraming natural resource na pristine. So, papalibutan mo yan ng forest.
Ilalabas mo siya.
So, ngayon, ang magiging settlement mo, in a forest. Tapos, 70% ng forest mo, protected.
Yeah.
Yan ang sustainable way of doing it. Ang waterways mo naman, dahil lagi tayong may waterways, 30% protected. So, magkikreate tayo ng mga bagong communities.
Yes.
And we need to adjust our laws to provide. Now, ang economic side nito, cute. Ang economic side, ganito. Ginawa na kasi natin yan dati. Yung agrarian reform, social housing. Pag binigyan mo ng titulo na private, wala nangyayari.
Hindi nila-
Unang-una, kulang yung suporta ng gobyerno.
Tama.
So, they end up selling it.
Right.
They end up selling it. Dito, socialize. No private ownership. For as long as part ka ng commune, ang commune mo is worker-owner. Hindi ka pwedeng nandoon kung hindi ka rin worker doon sa industry. Co-owner ka. And you can only be there and you're succeeding ng mga anak kung kasama ka doon sa industry na yon. So, ganun ang mangyayari. Babaguhin natin yung ating economic program.
We need to
Yes.
talaga teach people eh.
Ang pinaka-cute dito yung financing. Pinaka-cute yung financing. Kasi sabi nila, foreign direct investment na naman, utang na naman ba? No. Kasi ang FDI po, ang FDI natin, there is a fund that is 5 times more than FDI every year. 2 funds. One is fund na galing sa OFW, remittances. Number 2, savings ng mga BPO workers. BPO workers in 10 to 20 years, wala na yan because of AI. OFW, magsasara mga bansa dahil mahihirapan sa climate change. Paalisin sila.
Right.
Magiging racist ang mga bansang iba. Paalisin
Babawas.
sila. So, kailangan mo i-reintegrate. I-reintegrate mo na rin, ipa-invest mo na sila sa green commune. Since times 5 yan ng FDI, kayang-kaya niyang i-invest sa ating mga green commune. So, this is the totality of my green agenda. It is a way, a concrete way to solve the problem of climate adaptation and climate mitigation. But at the same time, provide a new start.
Sobrang ganda.
Yan ang green commune.
Roy, ang dami nating nanonood lalo na mga young people. And I think some of the older generation might not be able to comprehend what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure.
But the young people, I believe,
They can do research eh.
Tsaka
Yes.
nakikita nila na this is not the world we want to
To
bring
live
our
in.
children
Yes.
into, di ba? So, what can you tell our young people ngayon dito sa Decide As One in TNC, on TNC, about your platform and how can they really help you or support you as, shall we say, non-mainstream?
And advocate. Advocate siya eh.
Yes.
Yung pagpapanalo ko na to, Charm, is making a point
Yes.
that environment is a priority.
Okay.
So ipanalo niyo ako to make a point. Pero this is not yet green governance. Green governance is when you decide on October 2025 to run sa local election ng Barangay SK. In 2026, early when you run sa Bangsamoro, dahil yung mga taga Bangsamoro. And in 2028, henceforth, ay may 500 sa inyo na tatakbo sa lokal na Greens, 40 congressman, maaring 40 party list na Greens,
Yeah.
3 hanggang 5 senador na Greens, Green President and Green Vice President. Sabay-sabay nating kunin ang gobyerno in one sweep. In one sweep. Green governance. Because we only have 20 years to fix this.
Yes.
I am but a John to the green Christ. And the green Christ is not a person. It is all of us.
Yes.
Because we need to take over government now.
Right. So, Roy, Charm, we don't have so much time
Yes.
right now, no? But
Ang dami nating pagkikwentuhan
Yes,
pa
yes.
sana,
Marami
but
pa sana.
limited. You're right.
siguro my take here is just that I think it's a good start. We really have to start now because sobrang laki nung disconnect.
Yes.
I mean, sobrang kwan nung political climate natin versus what has to be or needs to be done
That's right.
in terms of doing green.
That's right.
So, siguro maganda rin naging opportunity sa amin ni Charm ito sa TNC, sa Decide As One na maging part kami nito, Roy, na
Yes.
ma-interview ka, at least somehow ma-impart natin yung portion natin. Charm, ano sa tingin mo? Oo.
Ako naman, ang takeaway ko is a lot of information na ilatag ni Sir Roy is parang wake-up call to the communities.
Yes,
Hindi lang,
yes,
'di ba? Actually, hindi lang sa mga youngsters, sa mga new generation. Actually,
Right.
sa mga kahit all ages, it applies sa mga students, kahit sa mga nanay and tatay sa bahay na, oy, after ilang years, delikado na ang life ng mga tao. It will be, it's very dangerous na. So, we should act now. And it's a big help na may mga taong kagaya nyo, Sir Roy. And ako naman, Sir Roy Cabonegro, no? Ayan, number 14 for senatorial
yeah,
race.
14.
Ayan. We are happy that there are few, kasi hindi marami ang sumusuporte. Pero kailangan natin maghikayat. Diba? So, ayun, Decide As One is with you sa kung ano man ang advocacy ng kanilang group.
Yeah. Siguro a few last words, Roy, before we go.
Unang-una, salamat po sa TNC, no? Kina Charm dito sa pagkakataon na to. And again, i-emphasize ko lang, this is a agenda for the future, but an agenda that is now.
Yes.
That is now. Kasi ngayon na ho natin paghahandaan. At ang mga kabataan ngayon na nalulungkot, minsan nakikripol sa lungkot, no? May mga anong tawag diyan na nadidepress sila. Nadidepress sa problema. Isa lang po ang solusyon sa depression. You have to act.
Yes.
And the action is no longer your individual action or the action of your group, your community, your family. It has to be a state action.
Yes.
Anyone who does not understand this does not understand the extent of the problem.
Yes.
Ulitin ko po, we have to take over government
action.
now.
Yes.
Now. Sa eleksyon. Dalawa lang pong option natin, revolusyon o eleksyon. Ayaw natin ng revolusyon dahil masyadong
Magulo.
eleksyon tayo.
Yes. Right.
Pero
Sir
kung
Fred?
wala kayo dyan, at reklamo lang kayo ng reklamo kung sino yung mga option ninyo, kayo ang problema. So
Right.
magsitakbuhan kayo. Okay? Yan ang last message ko. If I am the precursor to the Green Christ, if I am the John to the Green Christ, be the Green Christ. Magtakbuhan kayo sa 2028 at sa mga susunod na election sa 2025 and 2026.
May last message pa ako, no?
Oh, sige.
Maging matalino sa pagpili at pagboto kasi nakasalalay dyan yung future nating lahat. 'Di ba? Kasi karamihan sa atin, kung sinong nasa mainstream, kung sinong mas may malaking budget, dun tayo. Pero not knowing kung sino yung talagang may concern at pagmamahal sa bayan. Yun ang dapat.
Yun. So, that has been Decide As One dito po sa The New Channel. We want to have the more opportunities para ma-share ang mga candidates katulad ni Roy
Yes.
with you people, and tama yung sabi ni Charm, hindi yung mainstream lang na andyan
Yes.
silang lahat na
Marami tayong
sasayaw-sayaw,
options.
kakanta-kanta.
We
and
have a
then,
choice.
Oo,
Ang
may
dami
choice
nila.
tayo. So, parang familiar yung ano na.
yung
may choice
tagline.
tayo. Parang familiar.
Diba?
Pero anyway, totoo naman, we have a choice. Hindi kailangan ko mo mainstream, yun ang iboboto natin,
Yes.
nakita natin sa malaking poster, sa malaking billboard. No. Sabi nga ni Roy, if you want to be the change, ngayon
Be
na.
the change.
Well, hindi ito next year, hindi next election, ngayon na. So with that, we'd like to thank Roy Cabonegro, our Green Senator, of course,
Yes.
Charm, our very charming,
Makalikasan sa Senado. Ayan.
our very
Thank you so
charming
much.
co-host. And ako po, si Nato Agbayani, host din ng Hashtag Para sa Bayan, pero andito po sa special ng Decide As One, our
Yes.
election special here on the new channel.
Ayan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Roy.
you,
And
Roy.
thank you for the viewers.
Yeah,
Sige po.
thank you.
Like and share.
Opo. Sige po, maraming
Bye.
salamat. See you on Decide As One again. Bye-bye.